IMF to push CBDC handbook in response to increasing demand for guidance. The handbook will be descriptive and informal, while the IMF offers advice tailored to specific and prioritized countries. With the interest in central bank digital currencies or CBDCs at an unprecedented level, the International Monetary Fund or IMF is experiencing heavy demand for guidance in regards to them. In response to the IMF's plan to release a CBDC handbook, Deputy Managing Director Bo Lee said in a recent speech, the IMF official saw some urgency in meeting the needs of the central bank planning CBDCs. Therefore, the organization has engaged with almost 30 countries that requested assistance in the past 2 years. We believe CBDC's capacity development is essential to avoid a digital divide. The handbook will be completed over the course of 4 to 5 years, with major funding for it to come from Japan. The tentative contents touch on both policy and technical issues. The IMF's advice has had to become more tailored to country circumstances and more normative and anchored in policy experience and frameworks. According to the report, the IMF will prioritize assistance for countries that are systemically important and to countries that are fast-tracking CBDC developments but have relatively high capacity constraints or weak regulatory standards. A lot of words, so little time. What did it mean? Basically, IMF, International Monetary Fund, the central bank of all the central banks. They are like the leading body of the central bank, only to be overtaken by the BIS, which is the Bank of International Settlements. Basically, they're coming out with a book to give guidance on central bank digital currencies. I don't know why it has to be so tailored to countries, because to be honest, isn't it just a representation of fiat currency? I'm not quite understanding why this rollout is so long and so involved and needs so much documentation. We'll have to see. Now, their timetable is a little crazy. 4 to 5 years? I ain't got time for that. And I know you don't got time for that. I doubt it'll take that long, because the banking sector is in shambles and it's holding itself up with toothpicks.